Yeah. Jill, can you mute everybody?
Yeah, I can try. Hang on. Go ahead, Jacqueline. Were you trying to ask a question?
Yeah, I can hardly hear because there's all kinds of noise and stuff going on.
Okay, so. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to mute everybody. 1 second.
It's the beauty of a home-based business. Dads are looking after the kids while mom's on the call. But we gotta try. There we go.
Unfortunately, I can't see where I mute everybody. I have to just mute everyone individually, it looks like. 1 second. There's got to be a mute everybody here. 1 second. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. Just give me a minute to go through and mute everyone. If you can mute yourself, it'll save me a step on you. If you're not already muted. Sorry, guys. I'm having to do it individually. I don't know how to do it otherwise.
Hello.
Of course, the person making the most noise is still not muted.
Of course.
And someone can't mute. Like, I can't mute. Angela Hall, I can't mute you. If you can mute yourself. Trisha, I can't mute you.
Now we have the tap running.
No problem. Get your stuff there, Amber. Don't forget it.
Whoever has an Amber, who knows someone who has an Amber? Message them. 1 second. I'm almost finished here. Okay, it's recording. Short and sweet.
All right. So welcome everyone tonight on this call. We have 48 participants, only 50 lines available. Good for you for getting on. Tells me you're curious to learn tonight. What we have tonight for you is a very special guest who's giving up her phone call time, recruiting call time, following up with customers, shows. She's flying to Chicago Wednesday morning to join all the Pampered Chef in Chicago. You have on the phone today Advanced Director Michelle Beaupre of our team. She joined in the year 2000. That was back in Nova Scotia. She's a mom of 4 kids. Adam, 17. Olivia, 15. Isabella, 12. Ariana, 9. 4 wonderful kids. Super supportive husband, Cam. Let's not forget to praise the man. And she moved from Nova Scotia to Ontario and started her business all over again. She earns trips. She's got 282 career sales. She has just hit $1 million in sales, personal sales. You do the math on that commission. Cha-ching. 5 people recruited in January. 5 new team members herself in February, selling $8,700 a month. You know what? We're ready to learn, Miss Michelle Beaupre. Teach us tonight how we can improve our business with Facebook shows. Way to go, Michelle. Congratulations on all your accomplishments.
Thank you, Kathy, and thank you, everybody, for your patience in getting this going. So let's get down to business right away. As I started to say earlier, there are many ways to do Facebook shows, and this is one way. There are people teaching completely different ways that will tell you to do it completely different than what I'm doing it, and that's not right or wrong. You know, I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. That's gotten me a show average of nearly $1,000 on Facebook shows. It's what's working. It's what's working for me. Okay, so there are 2 secrets that I think have been making my Facebook successful. One is I do groups. Go ahead and gasp now. The other one is my wish list, which is not the company wish list. So to keep it clear, we're going to call it the possible order, okay? Potential order. Just because if I call it wish list, it really is a wish list, but I don't want you to confuse it with the company's wish list. So we're going to call it potential order. So this is also going to go way too fast tonight for you to try to copy anything down or whatever. The call is being recorded. The video screen should be recorded as well. I also have a one-pager. It's not one pager. It's a multiple pager actually. I have a document on how to set up a Facebook show that I'm happy to share. And the other thing is, I need you to get uncomfortable here. I need you to feel like to not be afraid to, you know, try some new things. SynShare, you need to use SynShare to make this successful. So SynShare, Kathy, can you confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Great. So SynShare is a third-party service having nothing to do with Pampered Chef. That is a scheduling service, schedules your posts, and also allows you to rebatch them. So I'm going to show you, first of all, just quickly what my Facebook show looks like. And just need to get this off my screen here. I have this big thing of Kathy on here and I need it to go away. Sorry, Kathy. Okay, there we go. So just to show you quickly what my Facebook show looks like. Now I have updated this banner picture here with new spring products, but I just want to show you a completed one and how it looks once it's set up. Because what I do now, once it's done, is I open one show. You can see on my screen, I have two Facebooks set open at the same time. And that's how I quickly create a new show, is just copy it from one to the other. Okay, so this is one that's finished. It's what it looks like. And you can see, you know, that they have tons of interaction from the guests. And this is one of the reasons I do groups instead of events. Events require, so the people that are doing events, they do 5 days of pre-posts. In other words, 5 days of posts before the show even starts. And they need their host to invite a lot of people, like they need their host to do a lot of inviting and reminding and sending personal messages and so on. I get the benefits of an event, and there's also a lot of benefits of groups. The biggest reason I do groups is I think it's less work for the host. It's immediate. When someone books a Facebook show with me tonight, it will start tomorrow. They'll have to add their guests, and the posts start the very next day. There's no pre-post. It's just the one day and then 5 days of product posts and one wrap-up day. And it's done and it's over. And my hosts aren't having to do a ton of work in order to get their guests added. So all they're doing is adding members. You can see here, right where it says add members, they just put in the guest name and they're automatically added. For those that have concerns over people being added to groups that they didn't ask to be added to, first of all, I guess part of it is, I don't know how to say this nicely, politically correctly, but there's people who are going to be ticked off at you no matter what you do. There's people who don't like being invited to home parties and assume that they're going to come to your house and spend money. So I guess basically I let that go. And I will tell you, in all the Facebook shows I've done since August, and like since I switched to groups and all that, I had one person comment that there were a lot of posts. I've had no other complaints at all. I've had no one complain about being added to a group. I've had 0 complaints. Now I get that there's probably someone who's been ticked off and just removed themselves. I guess I'm kind of okay with that. And it's working. So the number one reason why I do groups is because I don't know how many of you have heard of, and I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so I apologize, but Charlotte Nagai, or Nagai, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. She is a executive director in the US. She started her business 3 years ago. Maybe I've been telling this story for a while now, so it might be 3.5, almost 4 years. And she promoted to executive director without ever having done a live show, ever. So I would drink bleach if she told me to. Like, I will do whatever she says pretty much. And she is a diehard fan of groups over events. So that's the end of my story on groups versus events. You know, it's up to you how you do this. My experience is that this is what's working, okay? And I do acknowledge, by the way, that how they can leave if they don't want to be here. How to leave is in my first How It Works post that gets pinned to the top. It's in my, it's in another early post in the show that tells them how they can leave. So what I will do for all of you, I have a template that I give to my team. It's this one here. It's called Names Online Pampered Chef Shopping Experience. It's this one here. All the comments are shut off in this so that it doesn't get out of order. So if you would like to be added to that so that you can see the posts and so on, just send me a PM and I will add you to it, okay? So send me a message on through Facebook and I will add you, all right? So I'm Michelle McDonald Beaupre on Facebook, by the way, if you're looking for me and we're not already friends, okay? So that way you can copy and paste the post from there. But here's the thing, please do not just copy and paste the posts. So if you haven't heard of Facebook jail is a nasty place and none of us want to go there. And there are Canadian consultants who have gone to Facebook jail and they will tell you it's not good. I mean, you get shut down from Facebook, you can be prevented from posting in groups, there's various sort of penalties. I don't want to go, and the way that I need to avoid is for you not to copy my posts exactly as they are. So there's another great service that's totally free, and it's called PicMonkey. P-I-C Monkey, okay? You need to get familiar with this. And in PicMonkey, you can change pictures and so on. So I'll just take you there quickly so you can have a quick look at something in PicMonkey on how it would work. PicMonkey is tons of fun. You can blow a whole zillion hours in here, so don't do that. But I will just quickly show you something that you can do here so you can get the idea. So I'm already signed in. So I'm going to say I want to edit an image. I'm going to get the image from my computer, and we're going to edit, where are we, pictures. And we're going to edit something in products. I keep different files. And let's edit, I think I have a new products, yes, spring 2017. Okay, so we're going to pull in this picture, whatever it is, I'm not even sure. And it's going to come into PicMonkey. Isn't he cute? Okay, hang on. And, oh my goodness, probably because I have this call going, it's dreadfully slow. All right, so we might not get to see this, but it will pull the picture in and then you can edit it. So I don't care if all you do is stick a frame around it, write your website on it. Oh, this is a terrible picture that I didn't use for anything. So let's say I wanted to, I want to put some words on here. This is really way faster. It's probably slow because of having Zoom call running. So this will open a text box here. Here we go. And I want to write the words Michelle's Kitchen on the apron. And then you could put your website, you could do whatever you want. You can stick a frame around here. When I said before about that I need you to get uncomfortable, this is a thing, like you can go on YouTube and watch, like just ask for PicMonkey tutorials. Or you can even be more specific and you can say, you can actually just, you know, YouTube, how do I put text in a PicMonkey? And it'll teach you. So, you know, you need to kind of step out of your, you know, for those of you that are like, oh, I'm not very techie, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna have to, if you wanna make Facebook shows work, you're gonna have to, you know, step out of that comfort zone a little bit and try to do some different things. And then you're just gonna save this as to your computer as you would a document or anything else. But I can stick frames around this. I can do all kinds of things. I need you, if you're gonna steal my stuff, which much of mine is borrowed as well, if you're gonna do that, I'm totally cool with it, but please edit it, okay? Please do something so that we don't end up in Facebook jail. Okay, so Kathy, I know most people are muted. Any questions that I should answer on this, or are we good to keep going?
Keep going.
Okay. So there's even, like, there's all kinds, play in here, overlays, all that kind of stuff. Hey, there's a really fun one. This has nothing to do with Facebook shows. This is editing your pictures right here. You can take out your wrinkles and zits, best part of this thing. Okay, so there you go. All right, so that's PicMonkey. Please, please, please edit my stuff. And also you can go get added to a whole bunch of virtual groups. There's lots of Pampered Chef virtual party groups. If you search them out, they will add you if you ask to be added. Here's one here, Pampered Chef virtual party group. And there's tons of sharing of posts here. Again, please edit them, okay? And also be careful if you're stealing posts from here because most of them are American. So be careful if there are any prices. So you might go, oh, that's a great one. I'm gonna steal this, thank you for your order. So just take it into PicMonkey and do something to edit it. You don't have to edit every single post, but the more you do, Facebook wants original content. That's the concern, okay? Facebook does not want people reposting the same picture 90 million times and 90 million different people reposting it. So the more you can do for original content, the better off we're all going to be. Okay, this is like a public service announcement for everybody. It's not just about keeping yourself out of Facebook jail, kind of like vaccines, if you believe in those or not, but it's like you got to do it to keep everybody else safe, okay? All right, so, and just ask to be added to that, but you will not be added. Charlotte will not add you if you don't have Pampered Chef Consultant in your profile. So make sure you have that in your profile before you ask to be added, or she'll just ignore you because she's being inundated with help requests from all over North America, and she won't tell you you're not in, you will just be ignored, okay? So just make sure you've got that in your profile. But anyway. Okay, so let's go to SynShare for a second. Here, 1 second here. Okay. First things first, let's back up. You need to set up the show in your My Shows and Orders, just like you would otherwise, okay? So when you do that, I'm just gonna go to one that I've already set up. You're going to click on, this is one I just set up tonight, it hasn't started yet. You're gonna click on Virtual Party, it's a catalog show virtual party. Click on the date that you're actually going to start it, and then, you know, 7 days later, 8 days later is your closing date. And I just used the name so-and-so's online shopping experience, because of course it already says Pampered Chef in the rest of the invite, so you don't need to say that there. And the rest is self-explanatory here. The next thing I do change though is if you go to the show page, you want to, of course, if you're not already doing this, you want to change this to your host's name so that they're not having to pass on like a gibberish URL. So just put her name there, confirm that's available. And I do edit my text here to reflect that it's a Facebook show. Again, I have a Word document that I will share. I don't know how, Kathy will figure that out. Maybe I'll send it to Kathy and Kathy will send it to directors. But it's a Word document where I just copy and paste all the time what I'm changing here. Because this talks about a catalog show and I want it to talk about a Facebook show. So I do edit that. And I also edit my email to the host is edited with different words as well. This one is probably because it saves the, no, okay, never mind. So it will, I just copy that in there too. And then I also go in and I edit the email to the guest email. And to do that, you have to put in a fake email. If you didn't know that, unless there's something I don't know, and please enlighten me. I don't want to share my daughter's email address across the country. So anyway, you type that in there, and then she'll go down into the list, and you'll go down to send the e-invitation, and then you can edit it. It doesn't let you edit it if you don't have somebody in the guest list, and then you can remove the fake email afterwards. Okay, you can't use your own, just so you know, and you can't use the host. So that's why you got to use either if you have a second email, a separate email than your company one, or use your husband, kid, whatever. Okay. So I do edit all of those, and then the show is set up, and make sure that you've copied from the show page what the link URL is. And then that's when I go into Facebook and create my group. So if you haven't done this before, it's just, you know, this drop down arrow here, create group. And then, like I said, I have everything open from before. So I just copy and paste. The stars are not optional. See the stars in front of the name? Those are not optional. Make sure you put those or some other symbol. It's another way to avoid Facebook jail. Don't ask me why. I've just been told. Okay, so I don't know why that is, but it is. So I just literally, like I said, copy and paste everything into the next group, change her name, and you're good to go. You do have to add somebody in order to create the group. And I don't add my host right now because otherwise she's going to be sucked into seeing every single change I make. So I don't want to bug her with that. So I add my poor husband, and you can add whoever you want. You can't add yourself. So unless you want to create a separate Facebook account, you need somebody, your upline, whoever, who you're going to add to these shows. You're going to remove them later anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But just, I don't like having my host seeing every single change I'm making to get this set up. Leave it as a closed group, not a secret group, okay? Your choices are public, closed, and secret. Public, you're going to lose a lot of friends. Secret, nobody can find it if they want to invite other people. So, and then pin it to your shortcuts. This is going to become vitally important because the one downside of groups is they don't go away. You have to make them go away. It's a lot of work. I've never bothered. So I have bazillions of groups now, and I pin them to the shortcuts so that the ones I'm working with right now are over here where I can see them. I mean, there's more there, but the ones that are happening most frequently are listed right there, okay? And then you click create. And then you upload your picture. We don't really need to do all, oh yes, this is important. Choose an icon. I don't care which one it is. I don't think it's public. I usually pick the ones that have to do with food, like the wine glass and the coffee cup and the red Solo cup and the apple, whatever. But pick one that you're not using otherwise right now. So every show that you have going on at each time should have a different icon, okay? This is important. You'll see why later. So don't use the same one all the time. Okay, click OK. And then it's going to create your new group, and you're going to upload your photo. I'm going to assume you know how to do that. If not, message me. I'll help you. Upload your photo. And then you can, that's when you start over here, you would start copying and pasting if you want to just do it direct to Facebook, which I don't recommend. Okay, I'll tell you about that in a second. So rather than go through creating all the new one, I just a couple things I want to point out on here. You do want to leave this that any member can add or approve members because you want them to invite friends. So any member of the group can add or approve other members. And I also customize the address here. So I changed the address to first, last, so her first name, last name. What do I say? Wait a second. No, I don't. I do first. Kathy's online PC party, whatever. You can call it whatever you want, but give her a Facebook page for this because this you're going to link back into your Pampered Chef Show details later on. Okay, click on customize address, and now this has its own Facebook page as well. And then this all gets edited too, but this is the stuff you will get access to this group. Okay, I'm going to give you all access to this, and you can copy and paste and just go in and edit. Obviously take out the welcome to first name, put your actual URL for the party down here, close the show 7 days later, call and text your name and your phone number. This is all here for you. So you can copy this and paste it right into your own descriptions. And like I said, I come back to an open show every single time and do the same thing. I just have one Facebook open and another one and copy and paste. Okay, this part can't be done in SynShare. You do need to go in and set that up. And normally, this is one difference here. Make sure you ignore this. Every other show, members, moderators, and admins can post to the group. This is my team template. I don't want anyone messing it up. So I have this that only I can post to this group, but every other show you do, this one's, you need to make sure you remember to change that, okay? And this is not checked in most groups. The post approval, I don't need to approve posts. My guests can make posts and you know, you're good to go. Okay, so that's getting the group set up, all right? I will unmute all the lines and give you a chance. So like have a piece of paper and jot down questions as they come. All right, so let's go to SynShare now. And by the way, so SynShare is free for 7 days. So you can try this out for 7 days, but I have a, what do you call it? A code, promotional code, and a link so that you can get it free for 37 days. Full disclosure, I am an ambassador for the program. I do get a kickback for the recommendation to you, okay? I just want to be honest about that. You can also become an ambassador too once you've used it for a little while. They pay you, I think, $9 when somebody signs up, and then they keep it for 30 days. So FYI, but I will send you the link so that you can get it free for 37 days instead of just the 7, and then you can test it, know you're loving it, and off you're good to go, okay? So what you really want to know here is how to create posts in CinShare. And again, there's tons, I'm still learning about CinShare. I learned something new just the other day, and I've been using this for months and months. And I was like, flip up, I didn't know I could do that. So you got to do the little tutorials, and you've got to do there's a user guide here, and just go to YouTube and ask YouTube questions. It's your best friend, okay? And it will teach you how to use this. But here's the most important one that is going to get you started tonight. Once you get access to my team Facebook template, then let's say that you want to edit you want to steal a post. So let's go into this. No, that's not, that one hasn't started yet. It's starting tonight. This one is. So let's go into this one. Michelle is not me, it's another post. And we go, okay, we want this. This is people asking me questions. Okay, we want this here, this post here. Okay, so click on this. 1 second. Okay. Oh, good. There we go. All right. So up here, when you open up a post, so you have to open it first, then the URL, so this shows the actual up here in the address line for this post. If you right-click this, copy, those of you who are Mac users, whatever you need to do, but copy it, and then go into CinShare, go to this paste a link right here, paste it in, click on the Facebook icon. Watch this. I didn't know this until like a week ago. Oh my God, it would save me a millennium. Click on this. Okay, well, oh, there it is. It brings over the picture and the text. Okay, lovely. So you're going to edit the text, though. You're not going to steal my text exactly as it says, because we don't want to go to Facebook jail. All right, and the same with, now this is a bad example. I did just steal the company's picture here because this was a rush. I haven't updated my March shows to do fancy posts for all the new products. And of course, I really wanted good, that says not plugged in instead of now plugged in. Oh, they let anyone do this job. Anyway, you want to edit this and, you know, but that's how you get the stuff in there so that you have all the, you can pull in all these posts, and then you can schedule your posts. Now, if I were you, what I would do is create a fake group in here and schedule all your posts to a fake show. I don't know how much time I want to spend on teaching you CinShare because it's a lot, and we'll do a little bit here just to give you an idea. A couple of things that catch people up the most. What am I doing? What time is it? Oh, it's later than that. That's why. Okay. So there we go. Schedule the post. And I'm going to just schedule this to my own page. But so there's a couple things to know here in CinShare. First of all, this little Ritz cracker here, this little circular one, this is going to pull in all your groups, your own timeline, any events. It's going to pull in everything you have in Facebook into here. And if it doesn't, hit refresh, and it'll pull in anything that's new. Now, the question I get most often is, why isn't it letting me post? These little hearts have to be turned black. If you want to post in Aaliyah's show, you need to turn it black. Okay, so you just click on it, and that'll turn it black. The check mark indicates what is your default. So you don't actually have to have a default, I don't think. We're going to find that out in a second. By unclicking it, you avoid accidentally posting to your own page, which I've done a zillion times. So if you turn that off. So if I wanted to use Kathy's Online Pampered Chef Shopping Experience now, the new one I created tonight, I'm going to click in there. And that will, now I'll be able to post in there. So this is all your events. So you can use this CinShare for other things. Like I chair student school council at my kids' school. If I want to schedule a post so I don't forget to remind, you know, that tomorrow's Crazy Hat Day or whatever, I can go in and do that now, even though the post, I don't want it to post until next Thursday or something. So you can, it's really quite a cool service. Like this thing is, I don't know if Patricia Moore is on the call. She's one of my new consultants. She's in her first 10 days. She did 3 Facebook shows, resulting in sales of $1,700 and her first recruit in her first 10 days. Another new recruit on my team, Michelle Webster, is also following this, and she has done, she's at 1496. Now, one of those was a live show, but the rest of it was Facebook shows, also well within her first 30 days. She's not finished her 30 days yet. So this is working, not just for me. Like, you need, like, you know, if you're not drinking the Kool-Aid on this yet and you haven't gotten on board with Facebook shows, you absolutely need to do this, okay? It's been a huge game changer. Not to mention just breathes whole new life and energy into your team, and it's easier to recruit and it's easier to get bookings. That's what we need to talk about, is how do you even get these bookings? So I'll talk about that in a second. So this is where you schedule a post, and you can create new posts here too. You don't have to copy and paste. If you have an idea for a post, you can type right there, and you can upload a picture from your computer right here. And you don't have to, you know, you don't have to use what's already there. Okay, so you can just play around and do whatever you want. You can put videos in here too. So the company's YouTube videos, put those in here. Okay, you just click on the link to do that, to put in YouTube videos, click on there. If you don't like the picture, the thumbnail it puts up, put a new one in. Choose a photo, upload a photo and put it in instead, and it'll get rid of, because you know how sometimes when you put a video in, it puts some weird picture that isn't what you wanted. Okay, so that is that. You can schedule your posts on your calendar here, and you will, here's where you're choosing which show, which timeline it's going to. All right. Yes, I want to leave. Hold on a second. This is a neat feature. This is called My Text Clips. So if you have the same thing that you want to say over and over and over again at on every third post or so on, you can create a text clip here and then just reselect it every time you want to add it. So like I always have, one is the show page and one is my little blurb on wish list, which I'll talk about in a second, okay? So then I don't have to retype that every time. You just click on it and it puts the text in. And this is where you see all the posts that you have created, because this is where it gets really exciting, because you're going to be able to batch post things. So Lois had a show last week, and I want to use everything I said in Lois's show, and I want to put it into Kathy's show. So I'm going to, first little tip for you, scroll all the way down to the bottom once first. Otherwise, it doesn't always catch. See how I wouldn't have got them all? It says see more. It wouldn't have grabbed all of them. So you have to scroll till you're at the very last post. And I always know that's my little monkey there. And then you can then select all. So you just click here. This should blow your mind, by the way. Click select all. And then you say, yep, I want to batch post all 101 of these posts to Kathy's show. I want them to start on tomorrow at 9:01 a.m. My posts go up at 9:01, 9:02, 9:03, 12:01, 12:02, 12:03, 3, 6, and 9. Same idea. Okay, so yes, that means there's 18 posts a day, and sometimes there's more. Your guests will not get 18 notifications. They will get usually 1 notification for each hour, so 9, 12, 3, 6, and 9. But if they're not on Facebook at all during that time, they may only get 1 notification for the entire time they were away. So they might only get it for everything that you did from 9 to 12. So you don't have to worry that they're going to get 18 notifications unless they're sitting there on Facebook looking at it the whole time you're there, okay? So now I'm saying, yes, I want this to go to Kathy's show. I want it to start at 9:01 a.m. tomorrow, and I want it to keep the interval. In other words, I want it to post them at the same times that I did in Lois's show. So I just click on apply interval. And it's going to, usually much faster than this, it's going to put them in at the times that I'm asking it to. Now these are screwed up because actually these posts should start tonight, because this includes my pre-party posts here, the how it works, the roll call, the do you want a catalog, and get excited it starts tomorrow. And then tomorrow starts with invite your friends, here's how you earn tickets in my draw, and then we start with product posts at 9:01. So ignore the times on this. There's another really neat feature. This is brand new. We were all waiting for this to come from CinchShare, and it's there now and very exciting, is Find and Replace. So you click on Find and Replace, and you say, I want everything to do with Lois Weertz to change to Kathy Cargo. And search. And it's going to find any post where I put the URL. Make sure you do this one first before you do her. See, there's an example. Where'd it go? There you go. So make sure you do this first before you do her first name, just the first name one, or it'll change this to Kathy Weertz, which is a big pain. Don't do that. So make sure you change her whole name first, and then go back and look for examples where you've just said, you know, Lois was such a great host, and it'll change to Kathy was such a great host. You update your posts, and it's now made all those changes for you. You can go back in again and do it again, looking for another word. Okay, so if you said the show's going to come on Tuesday and you wanted to say Friday, you can do another Find and Replace. Okay, pretty exciting. So then once you have it done, you say Schedule Batch. And now that just scheduled, just like that, Kathy's entire show. And what did that take me? A minute and a half while I was explaining it? This is what's exciting, guys. Put the investment in up front. You need, like, honestly, I think I would be being conservative to say you need like 3 hours to create your first show, maybe more, depending on how many original posts you're trying to do and how many posts you need to edit and all that. It's going to take time to do your first one, but it's so worth it because I just set up a week's worth of posts in a minute and a half. It's done. And I could do that. I can actually do that for 3 or 4 shows at the same time. When we were doing that a minute ago and I selected Kathy Cargo, I can select Kathy and Ann and Beth and Carrie and whoever's having a show all at the same time, and they all go up at once. This is just friggin', I don't know what to say. So the other thing is, though I will tell you, it's easy to think, oh, I'm gonna do like 8 of these at a time. I would not recommend that. First of all, you do have to go in and comment on these posts, okay? So you do need time, once a day at least. I'm not saying you have to go in at 9, 12, 3, 6, and 9. I don't do that, but you do need to go in and comment on posts, you know, chat with the guests, respond to their posts, all that needs to be done. 4 is enough. Not only that, it's how you're gonna stay out of Facebook jail. But did you hear what I just said? 4. You can do 4 of these at the same time. They take a week each. How many shows is that you could be doing every month? 16. 16 shows, and that doesn't include what you can do for live shows. It's huge. So how to get these bookings? I wanna be, how are we doing on time? Okay, how do you get these bookings? This has been the easiest thing ever. First of all, every time somebody messages me that they need to buy a bar pan or they need their bar pan replaced or whatever, first thing I say to them is, I would love to get that for you. I'd rather treat you to it for free. Here's a new thing we're doing, Facebook shows. Here's how it works. I'm gonna create a group for you. I'm going to invite you. You get to add your friends. For the next 5 days, I'm gonna post some recipes, foodie tips, silly games so they can win a prize, and some great product information. And you're still gonna get all those, all the free goodies. By the way, I do pitch a live show first, if they're local, but we're not talking about that. So this is what I'm getting them to do. And I'm gonna tell you, almost everyone says, sure, what is there, why would I not, right? They have no hesitation in doing these. Great, let's get it started. I'll set up the group tonight. You'll add your friends tomorrow. And then all I need for you to do is be interactive with the show. Do not say you don't have to do anything unless you don't want the shows to be successful. Don't say you don't have to do anything. You're gonna say, all you have to do then is go on in and comment on the shows, interact with your guests, with your friends on Facebook in the show for the next 5 days. And then you're gonna get a great shopping spree for free. How does that sound? Okay, so it's not difficult to get these bookings. Put yourself out there, and what I would do if I were you, I would get a couple lined up tonight, and then you're forced to get yourself sat down and get this done and get your CinchShare set up. Now, one person asked me today, do I really need to do CinchShare first? Can I not just do this in Facebook? Yes, you can, absolutely. You can have the 2 Facebooks open and you can drag and drop the posts into Facebook. Here's the problem. You're gonna eventually need to get it into CinchShare. There's another service too called Post My Party. I know nothing about it except it apparently works the same way. Find somebody else who's using Post My Party if you wanna ask specific questions on that. Unfortunately, I've never used it, but it is another service like CinchShare. So either one is fine. And then, but what if you get a couple of hosts set up, then you're going to be able to, or be forced to hold yourself accountable to getting it done. So let me talk about the wish list for a second, and then I'm going to open it up to comments and questions and so on. This is what I think has been, I said groups was one thing, and the reason for that is because they add way more people. And, I do have a consultant on my team doing a bit of a test right now. She's doing 2 groups and 2 events this week, and she's going to see, I wouldn't pay attention to which one has more sales, because that's a little hard, who knows, you could have, it might have been more, but how many people are interacting? Okay, so like this one here had 93 members. My host added 93 members. Of those 93, I would say 20 were consistently interacting. Like, 20 different people made comments or were involved in one way or another. Actually, this one isn't closed yet. So and of those, so far there's probably orders from 9 of them right now. So of course, 93 doesn't mean that 93 people are participating, but when you do an event and there's 15 people at it, 15 of them aren't ordering either. So, anyway, but the other, besides the groups thing, the other secret was the wish list. So one of my early posts is, you're going to get 3 bonus tickets for creating a wish list with me. So every time you see something that you think you might like to have and you want to remember at the end and be added to the wish list, let me know and I will create a wish list for you. Okay? Honestly, this has been what's changed my show average, because otherwise you're kind of expecting that at the end of 5 days, your guests are going to sit down and scroll back through 5 days of posts, 90, 60, 90, whatever, 100 posts, and remind themselves what they liked. They're not going to do it. They're just not. So I get them to say on every post, want it, like it, gotta have it, I don't care. And then on the very first one they do, I reply to the message saying, awesome, Michelle, you're going to love this. Can you please PM me with your email address and your phone number? And then I go into the show and I create an actual order for them. Now, one thing I want to say about how you run Facebook shows, it's kind of like changing a tire on a moving vehicle, because Facebook, is onto us and they don't love us making money without paying them to do it. They're changing the rules all the time. And the other thing that's still fluctuating a little bit is our own website and how things work and don't work, between the actual company wish list, between the registry and so on. Things are improving all the time, which is fantastic. Right now, and I did talk to tech support about how I'm doing this and asked them if they could think of a better way to do this. And the guy was blown away that I was using the tools in this way and said he couldn't come up with a better way to do this. Now, if any of you do, listen, I am so open to improving this process. I would love to hear from you. But what I do now is I do create the order. So Susie Smith says, I want it. I want the manual food processor. Right away, I go into the show and I create an order for Susie Smith. I don't even know her phone number yet, so I make it for Susie Smith at mytpc.ca. Do not screw up that ending. As we were reminded, it's really important that if you're creating fake email addresses, that you always use that at mytpc.ca. It's supposed to be the phone number in the front, but at this stage of the game, I don't even have her phone number. So her name is fine, okay? So at mytpc.ca, and I start an order for her. So I put in that she wants the manual food processor. So this is the show that we were just looking at that is not yet closed. So we'll go into the cart. And I do that all the way through the show. So the next time she says she wants a blah, 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 I put it on her potential order. When I'm talking about this, I often call it the wish list, but I don't want to confuse anybody. It's not the company wish list, okay? So I create an order for her. And then at the end of the 5 days, and this is really important how you do this, okay? You scroll down. So now Carolyn Zimmerman has given me her updated email address. This is the things that are on her wish list so far. And so if I was ready to send her a copy of the wish list, the show is now over. I'm trying to gather their orders. Here's something that I didn't know until a while ago. you need to, you can't see there's no email the receipt. You can't email the receipt unless it's been paid for. But there's this nifty thing here under additional options, not yet paid. So you put in that she has not yet paid $52.83 and you save the payment. And then now the boxes will come up so that you can email her receipt. But another little tip, do not click on send receipt. If you click on send receipt, as you might know, it goes instantly, giving you no opportunity to edit, leaving her with a receipt and her going, I didn't actually want to order all this. So instead you click on print or send to additional email addresses. And then you click on email. And I would love if this would go away so that I could email it to myself and then put in text and edit it to her. But unfortunately, that's not an option right now. So, and you can't type in here either, okay? Another thing I'd love to see change, but we have to work with the tools we have. So this cannot be edited and you cannot remove her from the email. So what I do is I use my subject line and I write in the subject line, your PC wish list. Oh my God, okay, never mind. And then it goes on to say, please let me know if there are any changes or additions. Notice I don't say deletions. Please let me know if there are any changes or additions, okay? And then I send it to her. So then now she's getting her wish list. And then I also go back into here and I send everybody a message saying your wish lists have now been sent. Please have a look and message me back here to let me know what you'd like to have. Unfortunately, right now, if they reply to that receipt, they get an error message. It goes to Never Never Land. I have asked tech support to work on that if somebody replies to a receipt, that it goes to the consultant. And that goes for a regular show too. If you didn't know that, if you send your guests a receipt and they reply back and say, oh, I think I actually want 2 of those, or could you get me one on the next show? That email isn't coming to you right now. So it's on a wish list of things to get fixed. Okay, so then she has the opportunity to edit the order. One little tip also, sorry, is when you are done sending that email to her, go and delete that payment, because unfortunately what it does is it puts a check mark beside Carolyn here. And to me, that means, oh, I'm done. I don't need to worry about Carolyn anymore. So I need to get rid of that. So just delete that payment, just garbage it, and wait for her to get back to you with the actual payment. And that'll remove the check mark here so you don't accidentally think that she's finished and done and dealt with. Okay. I think that's it on wish lists. And I'm sure you're probably all going, what the heck happened here? It's kind of overwhelming. Let me see if we can unmute everybody in one swoop, I'm hoping.
I can help maybe too.
Yes, please. Audio options. So start thinking about your questions. The other thing you could do actually, if in case we don't get this going here quickly, why don't you can message questions to me. So you could either do that through Facebook, or I don't even mind if you text me. You can text me at 519-616-2433. So if you want to start asking any questions that way or through Facebook Messenger, I can deal with those in case we don't figure this out fast enough.
Michelle, it's
yes,
Margo.
hi.
It's Margo from North Bay calling.
Hi, Margo.
If you were to put when you had the person couldn't reply back, what if you put your email in the CC portion?
Good point. Thank you. That probably will work. I haven't tried it. I will tonight. That's
Cool.
a good suggestion. Thank you, Margo.
No
See,
problem.
this is why I was more than happy to do it anyway. But one of the great things is I get that this is not, my way is not 100%. If you're going to wait around for this to be figured out 100%, you're going to miss out on a whole lot, so get on board now. And as we kind of, like I said before, unfortunately it is like changing a tire on a moving vehicle, but, get on board now and just kind of roll with the punches as we find new ways to do this. So I love that suggestion. Thanks, Margo.
No problem. I jumped in. I've got I booked 3 VPs for this week coming, and I'm like,
Awesome.
come on.
One thing that I did learn from another group, Krista and Kelly, the way they're doing it is that they group them all and start them all on the same day. So they have all their shows start on Thursday, for example. And I think that's a great idea. I haven't done that yet. I still, you know, if you book with me tonight, it starts tomorrow. And I see the pros and cons to both. I don't really need to make my host wait around until Thursday. But I also do get that it's nice to know, oh, wait, okay, so, you know, Thursday night I need to be available to close all my Facebook shows. So there are definitely pros and cons, like advantages that I definitely see to doing that. You might be able to unmute yourselves as well. Obviously, Margot was unmuted. So go to the little microphone and click on it if you can't figure out if you can do that. Any other? Oh, I just got a question here on does SynShare work the same in events? Yes, it does. If you have events set up, it will also drag those into that same list of stuff, the same list that you had there. You know, when we were looking at all the networks, it'll drag those in. Anyone else have any questions?
There's a question coming up. How do we get connected to be able to copy and edit your Facebook posts?
Send me a personal message through Facebook.
Okay, they want your phone number again?
Okay, yeah, but that's not how they're going to get this, but I will give it again. So my phone number to text or call is 519-616-2433. And to find me on Facebook, Michelle McDonald Beaupre, McDonnellBeaupre. Or ask your upline, because we're probably friends. And you can friend me as well, like that's fine. And okay, I'm trying to even get this off screen share now. I have 4 new message requests. Okay, what do we ask me? Another text. Do you have to form the group from your personal Facebook page, or can you post from your Facebook Pampered Chef page? I don't know. I don't remember, to be honest. There's something about creating groups from business pages. If somebody else knows the answer to this, pipe up. I can't remember whether you can or you can't. I think you can't because you can't add friends. I don't think you can do it. I forget the answer for sure, but I don't think you can, or else I probably would be. There's a reason, but no, the answer is I don't think so.
Michelle?
Yes?
No, I don't think you can, because when you do anything from your, oh my gosh, from your business page, everything is public.
That makes sense.
Can you tell us how you got your recruits from Facebook? What's the wording? What are you doing?
Sure. Most of my recruits the last 2 months have not been directly from the Facebook shows. They have been, though, either from live shows, a couple of past recruits, people who were on my team years ago, who have come back because they're intrigued by the opportunity to do Facebook shows. So basically what I'm saying is, so if I was, you know, talking to somebody, I'd say, you know what, okay, I have to get into that mode. Hang on a second. I would say, you know, there's a fantastic opportunity with Pampered Chef. I'm so excited in the direction our company is taking. There's so many fabulous new products, and our cooking show is more exciting than it's ever been with live, you know, a hands-on interactive cooking class. But then there's this new opportunity as well for people who want to have a great business, even though they might not ever want to leave their house to do it. And that's doing through Facebook shows. And I give them the same explanation of what a Facebook show is as I did to potential host a minute ago. And then I say, you know, and basically the same thing that you would say otherwise. You know, what it takes to get started is picking a kit, and then you can get started doing your own Facebook shows. I'm glad to help you with your launch show. You know, what do you think? Do you want to go ahead and give this a try? There's no secret to this. I've been asking everybody. That's about it. You know, like truly just been asking more people. Yeah. Because I'm so, you know why? because doing these has breathed all this new life to me and my business that I feel all the more authentic, I guess. I hate that word because but in offering it to people, because I can honestly say it's easy. Like I only did 4 live shows last month and my sales were $8,500, 87 something, whatever. So, if I can do 4 live parties and 12 Facebook shows a month, hello, right? Or 16 Facebook shows a month. It's just, yeah. So the recruiting is really talking about that there are options for those who, want to do this or want to do live parties. They have, there's choices. It's about choices.
Okay, who's got some other questions?
Pardon?
Any other questions?
I'm trying to see, there's one here that's come through. Yay, I'm excited and slightly nauseous. Can you please, someone's just asking me to add her to my practice group. That's okay, I can do that and send this in share code. Yeah, don't forget to ask me for that too, if you want the code so that you can have SynShare free for 37 days. Any other questions? It's 9:36. I want to make sure we're respectful of your time. Who's going to give this a try?
Hello.
Hello?
I have a question.
Go right ahead.
So I just was wondering, you mentioned that you start a show the very next day if somebody from your current show says that they would like to host, like after the current show closes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have an issue with them inviting similar guest members and then the guests are seeing the exact same show?
Yeah, so I haven't had that happen yet where somebody, well, that's not true. Yes, I have. No, because I find largely they're inviting a different crowd of people. But I have changed up the posts a little bit when that has happened. Like I've gone in and featured something I didn't feature, created a new, you can still schedule your batch post and then you can go in and delete things. I could say, I don't want to do that one again. And I'm starting now. I've done enough shows through January and February to go, geez, I've run that same post every single show and it's never generated a sale. So I'm going to take that one out and give it to something else, to see what will generate a sale. I want to change my popcorn post because I think the popcorn thing is fabulous and should be selling zillions of them. And I don't find that I'm getting a ton of popcorn sale, I'm trying to say, microwave popcorn maker post sales from whatever my post. So I need to look at that. So you can edit the post. And I went off track from your question there a bit, but that's what I would do with a show that's booked right on top of it is, okay, this is ironic that this just came through right now. Anyway, that's what I would do if somebody booked right on top of the other one is I would go in and add in some new posts, but the bulk of it would stay the same. And I guess what I would say to that is when you do a show, a live show, and someone books a show from it, your next show is pretty much the same. You might have changed up the recipe, but you're still going to talk about a manual food processor at every single show, and you're still going to talk about, rock crocs at every single show. So I guess I kind of look at it that way.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Just to tell you, today I was talking to somebody about signing up, and she just said, I have 5 people who already said they do Facebook shows, so I guess it's time to get my kit ordered.
Beautiful.
So it's, it's totally working. You got to get on. Yeah. Next question. Anybody else? Oh, I just realized you can all see that on my screen. I should probably shut that down. Any other questions? I want to hear from you. Is anyone doing anything that's working really well in your Facebook shows? If you've started them and you're going, everyone should know this, we should try this, whatever. Probably most of you are on here because you haven't started it a whole lot yet.
I think we're going to see sales soar.
I hope so.
Hi, Michelle. It's Amanda Cuddy. I just have a very quick question for you.
Go ahead.
In terms of, do you ever do any posts after the party is completely over?
I have, yes.
Do you ever post in that group again?
Yes, I have. Good question. So to show you what I did here, so I just did my spring product launch quarter auction. And I went back into every one of the ones that was local and put in my invitation. So yes, that's one of the upsides about them not going anywhere. and they don't expire and all of that. So I do,
Awesome.
yeah, I do go back in, and like I'll probably do a half price kit rebate announcement in there too.
Wonderful, thank you. And that's what I actually love about this staying online is that unlike events where once the event is over, you can't do anything with it again. So I love this idea about doing the groups. Thank you very much for sharing that.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
It's Angela Guglielmo.
Hi.
I just want to say the whole wish list idea is brilliant. I can't wait to use it.
Good. I hope that's helpful for everybody. I honestly think that that is my number one game changer for you today, is that like that's the one thing I think has made the biggest difference for me.
Yeah, I'm totally in awe. I can't wait to use it. I just
Good.
want to try it on everybody I know now.
I know, it's exciting. It is
Girl.
exciting. Good. Thank you for saying so. Anything else? So why don't we wrap it up here, and anyone who wants to hang out and has questions, I'm happy to stay on, but if for the sake of recording this and also for those that want to get off, and I know especially for my special friends out east, it is 10:41 at night there, so we'll let everyone that was ready to go. I'm happy to answer questions. I will say I'm swamped right now, which is a good thing. So if I don't get back to you instantly, I apologize, but I will get back to you same day. I will, I'm just reading messages to make sure these aren't questions. Did your friend request? Yes, okay. But I'm happy to be available. I am gone to Chicago Wednesday and Thursday this week. So if I don't get back to you right away, I'm immersed in great training at the Lead Plus seminar. So, but thank you, Kathy, for asking me to do this. And I can't wait to hear from you all on your success of your shows. I'm really excited to hear how well this goes. And for us in Team Barber and anybody else who's on the call tonight, to see a big spike in your personal sales and big gain in your energy. I hope that's what you get out of it more than anything, is that because of this positivity happening, that you will feel like, you can recruit more, you can, and you can be out there offering options to people. It was just like we all got excited about freezer meal workshops. It's another option. That's all it is. It's just another way to give people a chance to experience Pampered Chef, so that we can put Pampered Chef in every kitchen in Canada. So have a great night, everybody, and thank you very much for being on board.
Michelle, thank you. And to everyone on the call, 2 thoughts for tonight. Knowing what you want is the first step towards getting it. So first of all, decide what you want, put your energy where it counts. And Michelle always tells us, water the grass where you want it to grow. The next thing I want you to think about is your past is not your potential. Your past is not your potential. So let's get going. Find space in your day. Get rid of the distraction. Everybody's busy. But busy doing what? Are you growing a business? Are you building a paycheck? Because at the end of the day, money in the bank is good. You can do lots of wonderful things. Our team, all of us on this call, we did 77 recruits last month. Very powerful. From all walks of the provinces. Out west, out east to Ontario. We've got directors climbing up, advanced moving to senior, seniors going to exec. Your paycheck awaits you. So everybody, let's get moving. No zeros, only thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of shows. Woo! Let's go. All right. Thank you, Michelle, for your time, your energy. We've taken away from your family tonight, but we appreciate you. And thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All you do.
Way
to go, girl. Woo!
Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you, everyone. I'm around for questions for a few minutes if anyone else wants to stay on.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good night. Safe travels.
Good night. Thank you.
I think we're good, Michelle. Go to bed.
I got
Pack your suitcase tonight.
I got a bunch of recruit leads to sign yet tonight. I gotta go.
All right.
And thank you, Kathy, for extending the invitation.
All right, guys. People make a party. Well done, everyone. Get to work.
Night.
Bye.
Good night.